one of the things that it's a big myth in the industry is you can spot reduce, right? You want to lose fat from a particular area. Now, is spot reduction possible? Now, you guys will know. I tell you, it is to a degree. It is. But it's not through exercise. It is through hormones. And this is what we need to understand. So if you look at spot reduction, majority of the time, you get a female physique athlete, females can in general get very lean in the belly. So they'll get lean down here, but they will hold fat on the triceps, and they will hold a lot of fat on the legs. So what they'll do, they do cardio. They go, if I do more stepper, you guys have the stepper, you do a lot more of that, you do the cross trainer, a lot more of that kind of work, you will start to lose fat. Yes, you will, but then it will not change your shape. You become a big pear to a little pear. You're still a pear. That's not good. In fact, the more cardio you do, the more you offset your lymphatic drainage system. Your lymphatic drainage system is how your body regulates blood. If you keep doing cardio all the time on the spot, or moving around on this, like walking on the same spot, you're going to force a lot of fluid down the thighs. So that means your legs become very cellulite and watery. It becomes a soft look. So if you look at the picture on the left, you would see a soft looking physique compared to a hard looking bump. Female physique athletes want that really peachy bump. They don't want a saggy bump. Or what they will look like if they do too much cardio is a soft, saggy bump. Okay, that becomes a problem. In fact, too much cardio leads to the development of what we call cankles. If you haven't heard of that term, cankles means your ankles and your calves look like one. Okay, your calves and your ankles, they look like a trunk. There's no shape in it. It becomes a cankle now. One. So that it becomes a shapeless entity. That is because there's too much fluid that is accumulating at the bottom based on too much cardio. Now, what we need to understand is that research has shown that females store a lot more fat around this particular section based on excessive estrogen. Okay, this is known. Too much estrogen in the body will give you what we call an estrogenic profile. Estrogens is not just natural estrogens that your body produces. So your body produces natural estrogens, great. But we're talking here about a compound or a chemical, what we call xenoestrogens. Okay, XENO, xenoestrogens. Xenoestrogens are chemicals that are all around us. They're petrochemicals that look like estrogen molecules, but are not estrogen molecules. And we take them in. We take them in from the foods that we take in. We take them in from the air we breathe, the shampoo that you use, the perfumes that you use, the scents, the fragrances, the soaps, all that kind of stuff. It goes into our skin, for example, and it competes with our natural estrogen to bind to estrogen receptor sites. A lot of females are big on the lower half because they are very poor in detoxifying the xenoestrogens that go in. If we take it in from the environment, but we're good at forcing it out, detoxifying it out, we keep lean on the lower half. But the problem with it is that a lot of females are not efficient in getting that out. So what happens? It starts to accumulate. So you've got too much estrogen in the system and you start to get bigger thighs. And that works the same. Too much estrogen, you suppress your androgens, your testosterone level drops, you start to develop fatty triceps. Okay, so triceps is more related to androgen levels. Now this becomes really interesting. It becomes now the fact that you look a certain way is based on lifestyle choices, is based on genetic function, is based on hormones. So if I am efficient to change that around for my female clients, give them lifestyle suggestions they can use to flush out those excessive estrogens, make sure they're efficient in doing that, make sure they're conscious of what they put into their body, then I also can make them more effective in leading up their lower half specifically. And that is what I do with all my female clients. All right, so here's the solution for you. An optimal way of getting rid of xenoestrogens is this: gut health. Your gut health needs to be optimal. A question you can ask your female clients is this: if any one of you here, female-wise, if you always have diarrhea or constipation, you're more than likely to have fatty legs. If you have diarrhea all the time or constipation all the time, you are more than likely to store fat in your legs because estrogen is detoxified from your gut. So how do I tell you're an effective detoxifier? I ask about your poo health. That's really important. If you go to the toilet and your poo comes out nice and you're regular and you're good, that means you are an effective detoxifier.